Hi, it's KCCK's Culture Crawl. I'm Dennis Green, and my guest today is Eric Johnson from Summer of the Arts, talking about the return of Arts Fest to the Iowa Arts Festival, to its normal first weekend in June timeframe on the calendar. Eric, welcome.
Thanks for having me, Dennis. I'm really happy to be here.
Well, as we said, we were able to have the Iowa Arts Festival last year, but it was later in the year. So back in June, that's got to feel good.
It really does. I got to say that last summer was kind of a hard sprint from doing the Jazz Fest. Well, we did the Jazz Fest, then we did the Soul and Blues Fest, and then we did Arts Fest all in about 6 weeks. And this year it's going to be great to kick off the summer with Arts Fest in its traditional opening weekend. And then, of course, later in the summer have the Jazz Fest on the 4th of July weekend. And then Soul and Blues Festival is moving to September 23rd and 24th.
Have you had good response from artists for the art portion of the festival?
We absolutely have. The art fair should have more than 90 artists already lined up, several returning previously. Several artists that have previously been, and several new ones, and a whole wide range of styles, from sculpture to painting to photography to engraving to textile arts. It's really a rich and diverse array of art that we're going to have.
But of course, one of the big highlights of the Arts Fest is all the music, and you've got stages going every day of the festival, and some pretty exciting headliners this year.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And that's a tremendous part. The headliner, of course, this year is Asleep at the Wheel, who I am tremendously excited about. They are this is their 52nd year of playing as a band, formed in 1970. And I have to say that one of the things that makes Asleep at the Wheel really, really special is that they're a band that could play Arts Fest or Jazz Fest. There aren't many bands that get typed as Americana or country that had their first hit with a Louis Jordan tune, and who are known for dropping a little Thelonious Monk into the middle of that tune every performance. And there aren't many bands that do that, interpolate jazz and swing music, that have the kind of down-home fun that Asleep at the Wheel provides. They're super danceable, just drawing on a rich vein of American music, and they're just tremendously fun and funny too. I really can't wait.
And you speak from personal appearance, because I can tell you're a fan from way back.
I am absolutely a fan. I think Western swing is one of the most interesting, and it's kind of what people think of rock and roll as being, in terms of a fusion of different styles of American musics. But it predates rock and roll by a couple of decades, and it's I don't know. It's just it's music that feels really, really good, but it's also instrumentally complicated music. It rewards listening, either paying close attention or just listening and participating while dancing.
So Asleep at the Wheel, 52 years doing shows, coming to the Arts Fest. Who else is on the performance list?
Well, we've got a great lineup. I want to highlight actually the act that's opening for Asleep at the Wheel on Saturday night, and that is the Ivy Ford Band. Now, Ivy came to us last year. She played at the Soul and Blues Fest last year, and immediately we just fell in love with her, and we had to have her back. She's from Chicago. She bills herself as the Chicago Blues Kitten. She's a fantastic guitar player, but she also plays drums, saxophone, bass. She moves around. She and her band switch instruments sometimes. She's a really magnetic guitar player and singer, a really accomplished songwriter. She got her start opening for Buddy Guy in 2015, when she was really just 22, 23 years old. But she wears kind of a retro style on stage. She's just a really magnetic performer and an excellent musician. And I really can't wait for more people in Iowa City to see her. And I think they're going to fall in love with her the way we did.
Saturday on the main stage, definitely
Yep.
a must see. Tell me how the rest of the performances and stages are going to work for the days of the festival.
Well, we're going to have, and here I've got to look over at my schedule because there is so much going on. Um, we're going to have music on the Ped Mall on Friday night. And then on Saturday day, we're going to have daytime music on the Ped Mall alternating with bands on the main stage. And then the Ped Mall music will end. The last act on the Ped Mall is Anthony Warden, a fantastic local songwriter who plays, while a lot of the music at Arts Fest is kind of Americana, Anthony is more of a little more of a rootsy, almost pop-oriented rock and roll. But he's a really, really strong songwriter. And I've got to look. His set is at 5:30 on the Ped Mall, and that's the last of the music on the Ped Mall. And then we'll switch over, everything switches over to the main stage with Ivy Ford at 7 and Sleep at the Wheel at 9. And while I'm talking about these bands on the Ped Mall, I want to mention another local act that I would love for people to see a little more of, and that's the Cedar County Kropas, who are playing at 3 p.m. They're a fantastic local blues-oriented band. Their bass player and singer, April Dirks, has been a friend of mine for a long time, and they have a really authentic feel for the blues, for kind of a folk country blues. They play as a trio, really nice guitar player, really good, just a good authentic feel for the blues.
And then, so that covers Friday and Saturday. How about Sunday?
Well, on Sunday, we are going to, Sunday, we've got music on the Ped Mall stage and the main stage. Music on the Ped Mall stage opens with the Machine Opera Group at 11 o'clock. And of course, Sunday is our Global Village on the Ped Mall. So besides the Machine Opera Group, we've got the Candelarian Steel Band. We've got Turkana, who are a Turkish-American fusion band. And we've got the 1-2 Trees, a local reggae band, and them Cooley Boys and the Silver Swing Band. So over in the Ped Mall, it's the Global Village representing different member music from all parts of the world that have a home in the Ivy City community. And then over on the main stage, we are going to have Maze, who are a fantastic roots band. And oh, and them Cooley Boys, actually, I misspoke. They're actually on the main stage, not on the Ped Mall, and the Ped Mall stage, as are the 1-2 Trees. So there's
a lot of music on Sunday as well, but things do end up a little. When's your last? Things wrap up around 5 on Sunday?
Actually, we stop at 4 on Sunday, which gives us, it's a little earlier than we had before, but it gives us time to clear the streets and get everything back open. Which I think the local businesses definitely appreciate. And it's nice for us to not go home at 1 a.m. on Sunday night. But so the very last act on the Ped Mall stage is the Silver Swing Band at 3. And the last act on the main stage is them Cooley Boys.
So music on the Ped Mall on Friday, on Saturday and Sunday, music on the Ped Mall and on the main stage. And of course, 90 artist booths and food booths, and just a lot of activities for the whole family.
Oh, absolutely. We're going to have some wandering entertainers going through the festival, so watch out for them. We've got jugglers. We've got all kinds of, we've got a couple of strolling songwriters who are going to be walking around entertaining people. And one thing I want to mention for sure, that as part of the Arts Fest that I'm really excited about, is the Emerging Artists area. The Emerging Artists area is only open to student artists, either high school or college students from Iowa. And we've got 14 artists this year. Normally they're out with the rest of the art fair, but this year they're going to be in the old Capitol Mall. So I want to make sure people know to watch for them. Well, I've got signs, but if you want to take a break from the heat during the festival, one of the things you can do is duck in and check out these young artists. I feel like they might not be as seasoned as some of the traveling professional artists, traveling professional fine artists that are part of our art fair. But I think that their work in some ways maybe is more personal and maybe less shaped by audience expectations and shaped by their own developing visions. I think it's really exciting to see artists finding their work and developing their craft. And I'm really happy that our festival gives those artists to do that and to exhibit professionally in a professional festival.
The Iowa Arts Festival is June 3rd through the 5th in downtown Iowa City. We've hit you with a lot of information, all the artists, the emerging artists, all the music acts happening on a couple of different stages. So if people want to plan their visit and have more information, they can visit your website, which is
www.summerofthearts.org.
Eric Johnson from Summer of the Arts. Well, I know that the Friday night concert series and things have already kicked off, so I know that you guys are already hip deep in a summer full of activities, but we're looking forward to kind of a return to the schedule that we became accustomed to over so many years. It's just great to have all the festivals back.
It sure is. It sure is. We're really excited about this season. I can't wait to see people out in the streets, out on the north side. Our Music on the Move series is going to be taking music around to local parks with the Iowa City Parks and Rec Department's Rec and Roll program. That's going to be every Tuesday through June, July, and August. You can catch free music out in one of the Iowa City area's great local parks. And of course, as you said, the Friday night concert series this Friday with the Recliners, sponsored by the Graduate Hotel.
Well, thanks again for being with us today. And again, summerofthearts.org if you'd like more information on any of the activities going on in Iowa City this summer. Eric, thanks again for being with me.
Thanks so much for having me, Dennis. And I hope I see you out at Sleep at the Wheel.
You can hear the Culture Crawl live on the radio many weekdays at 10:20 or download the podcast. Watch or listen on your own schedule at kcck.org/culture or however you get your podcasts. I'm Dennis Green, and I'll talk to you later.